A very good afternoon to all of you. So today I am going to continue our previous discussion on sampling theorem. So basically what we are going to study today is that how sampling is important. Okay. What are the benefits of sampling are there? Means what are the various benefits that we are going to obtain from sampling, and whether the reconstruction is possible or not using sampling theorem. Correct? So let's have a look at this. F of t. So the Fourier transform of, I would like to have a sketch pen so that the discussion is quite easy. Okay, so this is it. So let us assume that the Fourier transform of f of t is f of omega. Okay, f of omega is having a band limit between minus omega naught to omega naught. Okay, the amplitude is a and this is omega axis. I think till this point is very much clear. Okay. Now this is f of omega. Now have a look at gt. gt is summation n equals to minus infinity to infinity delta t minus nts. That is, this is the reading of impulse train. This is the reading of impulse train. Okay. Now, if you look closely, we have to find the Fourier transform of this impulse train, which is nothing but omega s summation delta omega minus n omega s. Are you getting it? I will show that thing, but just for the memory I am giving you this part, as this is very very important. Or as that is a Fourier transform of this particular series. Okay, clear? And second part, a very important part, is that if we have obtained the f of omega, then we have to simply obtain f of omega minus omega s plus minus omega s, f of omega plus minus. Okay, and then we have to simply multiply it by 1 by ts. That's it. Just by merely doing that, we are sure to obtain the spectrum. So first of all, these are the basic things that I have told you. Now we will go through the long process. I have written this summation in its expanded form, that is delta t plus 2ts plus delta t. Clear? And now this is multiplied by ft. So this is shown here, ft dot gt, and this is f omega dot convolution g omega. Okay, be very particular that multiplication gives to convolution, okay, in the domain. Clear? You have to be very particular that, and even sometimes I get confused. Okay, but this needs to be understood very clearly, that ft dot gt is 1 upon 2 pi f omega dot g omega. Okay, so this is what 1 upon 2 pi times g omega f omega. Okay, remember this thing, that if you are performing convolution in the time domain, then in the omega domain it is simply going to be multiplication, f omega into g omega. But when you are performing multiplication in the time domain, are you getting it? If you are performing multiplication in the time domain, then we can be very sure, we can say for sure that it is going to give us 1 upon 2 pi f omega convolution g omega. So I would like to express this particular term, impulse function, in its Fourier series. So the Fourier series expansion will be 1 upon ts, Cn will be 1 upon ts, f of t e to the power minus jn omega naught t dt. Okay, because delta t is the function. I have selected one delta t, and that delta t is between the one period. Now this is from minus ts by 2 to ts by 2, 1 upon ts delta t e to the power minus gn omega naught t dt. Now when we put the values here, it gives us, now this is multiplication. So when these signals are multiplied, then obviously what happens is that the value of t goes to this part and delta t remains intact. Whereas in the convolution what happens, the substitution of omega takes place, that I will cover in the upcoming lectures. So this will give us t equals to 0 here, gn omega naught t. So this will become 1 comes out of the integral, this is 1 by ts minus ts by 2 to ts by 2 delta t dt, and as the delta t is within the range of minus ts by 2 to ts by 2, it will give me 1. So Cn is 1 by ts. So the Fourier transform will be 2 pi Cn delta omega minus n omega s, that is omega s summation n equals to minus infinity to infinity delta omega minus omega s, where omega is what? Omega is the sampling frequency. Be very particular about it. Omega is the angular frequency of sampling, whereas omega naught is the frequency which is limiting the band here. I think both the parts are clear. Now as these things are clear, now have a look at this. Ft, Ft dot gt is explained. Now see g omega. G omega is omega s summation n equals to minus infinity to infinity delta omega minus n omega s. Clear? Now Ft gt is 1 upon 2 pi f omega convolution g omega. Is it clear? Now I will put the value of this thing. This is g omega in the integral. So this is what? 1 upon 2 pi f omega convolution n equals to minus infinity to infinity delta omega minus n omega s. Now have a look at this. This is convolution. So 2 pi gets cancelled out. I am left with 1 upon ts f omega convolution delta omega minus omega s. I am taking this summation out. Now as this is convolution, so by coming back to the impulse property, omega minus n omega s will be substituted in this part. So it will be simply f of omega minus n omega s summation n varying from minus infinity to infinity 1 upon ts. Clear? This was the expression that I was talking about. Please have a look at this expression. This is a very, very important expression, because in the upcoming 3 lectures that we are left with, I will be showing you how this expression can be used. Okay, so this expression is very important. Okay, in the next lecture I will definitely revise this thing so that the concept becomes very easy or lucid. Now expand this part. If we are going to expand this part, then we can see that this is nothing but the spectrum f of omega plus f of omega minus 2 omega s plus f of omega so on, and similar is the spectrum in this part, omega plus 2s omega plus 3s divided by 1 by ts. 1 by ts will only alter the amplitude. Clear? Now I will like to go to the next. Okay, now have a look at this. This is the exact spectrum that I was talking about. Have a look at this. This is a by ts, omega naught to minus omega naught, again a by ts. So what will happen, the term which was at 0 will get displaced at omega s, 2 omega s, 3 omega s. This is the center point. Be very particular. This is the center point. The amplitude of each of the signal remains a by ts. There is no doubt in it. It is again a by ts. And after that, one more very important thing is that, have a look at this omega naught and omega s minus omega s minus omega naught. If you look carefully, then the maximum it can extend backward is till this point. That is omega naught. This is omega naught and this is omega s minus omega naught. So I can say one thing. I can obtain the Nyquist frequency, and that is very important. But I think that this time the lecture time is not enough for discussing the Nyquist frequency. I will discuss the Nyquist frequency in the next class. So I want to thank all of you for being with me in this lecture. Okay, I wish all of you have a very fantastic day and God bless you all. Okay, thank you from this side. Have a good day.